China says Hong Kong is suspending extradition treaties with Australia, Britain and Canada. The suspension covers all agreements on mutual assistance for criminal matters. The Chinese Foreign Ministry says the country's decision to suspend agreements with Hong Kong over its new security law constituted interference in China's internal affairs. Our correspondent Olivia Xiong joins us now for more on this story. Olivia, how significant is this move by Beijing? Are any other countries that can be affected?
Well, Steve, it is certainly a significant move, but not an unexpected one. It's seen as a tit-for-tat move that Beijing is making, and it did vow countermeasures would be taken after Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom had suspended their extradition treaties with Hong Kong. So this, was being written in the cards. And this is a direct retaliation and in response to, the three countries suspending their extradition treaties in response to that national security law in Hong Kong that was introduced by Beijing last month. And the countries had said then that the law had undermined the level of autonomy that Hong Kong enjoyed from Beijing. Now, China's foreign ministry said today that the countries had used the national security law as an excuse to unilaterally announce the suspension of these extradition treaties with Hong Kong, and once again asserted that this constituted meddling in China's internal affairs. The ministry also said that these countries' actions had politicized judicial cooperation in Hong Kong and damaged the basis for such cooperation. Therefore, China had to act. Now, analysts say these moves, the suspension of the extradition treaties, perhaps are more symbolic rather than having any sort of real impact, given that the number of such cases are quite low. But we shall have to wait and see how this plays out, if any real cases do emerge in the future. But nonetheless, in the larger context, this has definitely put a strain on China's bilateral relations with these three countries.
Olivia, New Zealand has been the latest to suspend its extradition treaty with Hong Kong. How bothered would China be by this?
Well, in a way, New Zealand's move had been anticipated by observers. That's because New Zealand, along with Canada, the UK, and Australia, all belong to the Five Eyes Security Alliance. And the US has said that, it would likely be preparing to follow suit. So China has said that it's strongly opposed to this move. Have a listen to what the Foreign Ministry had to say.
中国政府维护国家主权、安全、发展利益的决心坚定不移，反对外部势力干预香港事务的决心坚定不移。任何对华施压的图谋都绝不会得逞。中方敦促邢方立即纠正错误，停止以任何方式干涉香港事务和中国内政，以免给中新关系造成损害。
So perhaps it would not be unimaginable for another tit-for-tat move to be imposed by China on New Zealand after what we've seen today. And in looking at how China has handled its tensions with other countries, there is perhaps concern about economic pressure that China could put on New Zealand. After all, China is New Zealand's largest trading partner.
All right, Maria, thanks for that. Olivia Xiong.